Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be comparing two products. I feel like I'm like back into the groove of product comparisons and I'm loving it. So today we're comparing the beloved Charlotte Tilbury Glow-gasm Beauty Light Wand. This is in Peach-gasm versus the brand new e.l.f. Halo Glow Beauty Wand and the blush in Rose You Slay. I just tried this one and I was talking about how much it reminded me of this product, so I wanted to compare the two and see kind of how they look against each other and see if this could be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one. So lots of fun stuff. But before we get started, please give this a thumbs up for me and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much if you do. But if you want to see me compare these two products, stay tuned for the rest of the video. Alright guys, like I said, we are comparing Charlotte Tilbury and e.l.f. I really want to see if the e.l.f. product is going to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one, because this Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand is like an all-time favorite product for me and it's really hard to beat it. So I'm very curious to see if this e.l.f. one comes close or even can be a dupe for it, because it just reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury product, and we'll get into that in just a second. So I have both of them pulled up on Sephora and Ulta, because that's where I got each of them. So I'm going to read the details about them, and then we are going to try them out. One on one side, one on the other side. I'm not wearing any blush on my face, just foundation, concealer, bronzer for like face products, and then I waited so I could put these on. So no blush on my face, okay? So I have the Charlotte Tilbury one pulled up first. It's again the Beauty Highlighter Wand. This is in the shade Peach-gasm, so it's a peach highlight, and it goes for $42. So it's definitely a little on the pricier side. Sorry if you see my cat in the background being goofy. So this one is 0.41 ounces. And then the highlights say vegan, liquid formula, radiant finish without parabens. It says a multi-use illuminating gel that can be worn as a highlighter or blush for buildable color and an instant glow. Dot and blend for easy application. It says this liquid highlighter slash blush enhances skin's luminosity for a glossy highlight that plays with the light. The smooth, long-lasting formula has a non-greasy finish and is available in 6 flexible shades. Apply to the apples of your cheeks or wherever you want a soft, focused glow. And then the e.l.f., it's e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's the Halo Glow Blush Beauty Wand. This one goes for $9, so it is quite literally a fraction of the price. Sorry, oh my god, I'm so sorry, you guys. She does not care that I'm filming and I cannot stop her from being crazy, so anyways, it goes for $9 and this is 0.33 ounces, so it's a little bit less product than the Charlotte Tilbury. It's not like a ton less, but it is less, and I got this one in the shade Rose You Slay, so this is supposed to be like a pink, but it was the closest I think that I could get to the Charlotte Tilbury one. There was one called Candlelit, which is a light peach, but to me in person, when I was in the store buying them, it looked more like a champagne-y color, so I just ended up grabbing this instead. So there's 4 shades of this one, and then there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the Charlotte Tilbury, so you get more of a range in the Charlotte Tilbury, but this again is a fraction of the price. So it says vegan, cruelty-free, e.l.f. Cosmetics Halo Glow Blush Beauty Wand adds a radiant flush and a pretty pop of color to your cheeks. The lightweight liquid formula is infused with hydrating squalane and effortlessly blends into skin, while the wand cushion tip offers a precise application. Liquid buildable blush formula effortlessly blends into skin, gives you a flushed, luminous complexion. So it sounds very, very similar to what the Charlotte Tilbury one is saying. And again, Charlotte Tilbury, $42. e.l.f. $9. Charlotte Tilbury is 0.4, what was it, 0.4 0.1 ounces. This is 0.33 ounces. Similar packaging. Obviously, Charlotte Tilbury looks more high-end in the packaging. It's bigger. It's more like luxe looking. This one looks a little bit more like drugstore to me, but still so cute. Like, I really love the packaging of both, and I love that on this one you could see there's like a little window so you could see what the color of the product inside is. So I do really love that. But Charlotte Tilbury does like the outer packaging. So this is Peachgasm. It's peach on the outside, and then depending on the color you pick, that's what the outer packaging is. So I guess it's the same thing. But they both have this this like cushiony tip to them on the inside. Let me just open the Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury is like a pull-off one. The e.l.f. is a twist-off. They both have this. Very messy. I will say the Charlotte Tilbury one, you screw and unscrew the top. It's like all messed up because this is an older product. I use it a lot. But this one you screw open and closed. This one you don't have that ability, which kind of sucks because I feel like it could easily get messed up and like explode all over the place. So I wish that it had that feature where you could like close the top, but we'll work with it. So let me swatch both on the back of my hand so we can see how similar or different they are. Just in color. They're actually more similar in color than I thought they would be. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Peachgasm, and this is the e.l.f. Rose You Slay. So you can see it's not that big of a difference in color. They're both very pigmented. I don't know which one I would say is more pigmented. They look very, very similar, and I would say they both have the same amount of like shine to them. So I don't know, you guys. I have a good feeling about this. So I'm just gonna start applying both to my cheeks. Again, this is like the last step I need on my face. And then we'll talk details and see if I think e.l.f. is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury. So let's just apply both to my face and then we'll talk. Okay, I just applied both. I forgot to mention though what I was putting on what side of my face. So obviously Charlotte Tilbury was on my left side and then e.l.f. was on my right side. And I do have some thoughts, just similarities and differences. First thing I noticed was how much easier the Charlotte Tilbury one is to blend in. Not saying that the e.l.f. one is hard to blend in or impossible. I just had a much easier time just like melting the Charlotte Tilbury one into my skin. I felt like it took like no effort. It took just like a few dabs with my brush and it was like on there. It melted in with the bronzer and the other products that I had underneath. And it just looks so effortlessly perfect. With the e.l.f. side, I feel like it definitely did take more effort to blend it and to get it to like melt in with the other products underneath. So it definitely did take more effort to get there. The other thing that I noticed that is a difference to me is the Charlotte Tilbury one definitely has a lot more of a glow to it. So it's giving me that like blush and highlighter effect. And you can see it. I have like this peachy pink, just a golden glow on this cheek, and it again just looks so seamless and melted in and like it's like meant to be there. With the e.l.f. side, it's just like when you see it swatched on the back of my hand, they look so similar. Like they both look like they're gonna be so just highlighty and shiny and just perfect. And then when I put it on my face, I feel like it really, really matted down a lot. And again, I'm not saying it's matte, but it definitely is a lot more matte than the Charlotte Tilbury side. Like the look I got on my face on the Charlotte Tilbury side is very similar to what the swatch on my hand was. Like it's peachy, it's glowy, it's beautiful. But I feel like the swatch that I got on my hand with the e.l.f. side looks very different from what it's giving off on my face. It definitely is more matted down than the Charlotte Tilbury side. Pores wise, I feel like they're doing very similar things. They both feel good. The e.l.f. side feels a little bit more dried down than the Charlotte Tilbury side, but both very, very comfortable. I just personally really like how the Charlotte Tilbury side looks a lot better than the e.l.f. side, but they do look kind of similar, just not as much as I thought they would when I saw the swatch of both. Like, based off of the swatch on the back of my hand, I really thought they were gonna be pretty much the same product. And now that they're on my face, I definitely do see some differences. I do wanna say I really like the e.l.f. side, and I think I will continue to use the product because I like what it's doing for me, but it's no Charlotte Tilbury, you guys. Like, this stuff is magic on my face, and if you've been with me for a while, you know this is like one of my all-time favorite makeup products ever. Like, not even just specifically one category, it's like top, I don't even know how many, but it's like one of my top all-time favorite makeup products I've ever laid my hands on. And I was hoping that this would be close enough to be a dupe, and while it is similar in some aspects, it's not as like glowy, and it's not giving as much of that like Charlotte Tilbury effect, if you know what I mean. Like that like perfect airbrushed, seamless, melted in, glowy kind of blush. It's giving more of like a pinky, like matted down kind of blush. So I feel like with this, if you were to use this and you want a glowy look, I would put some kind of a highlighter on top. Not the e.l.f. highlighter, because I didn't personally love that one, but a highlighter, like a liquid or cream, whatever you want to use, some kind of highlighter on top of it to get that glowy effect that the Charlotte Tilbury is giving. Overall, I think as many similars as they have like looks wise and with the swatch on the back of my hand, I definitely feel like they look pretty different on the face when I see them like this. So I am gonna say I don't think that the e.l.f. product is a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury one. I think I've tried other blush products that were closer dupes to Charlotte Tilbury than this is. So I'm gonna say it's not a dupe, but I will say Charlotte Tilbury is the winning side for me. I definitely think that this one is more worth the money, and your makeup just looks so perfect every time it's on your face. But I do also still recommend the e.l.f. product. I think it's really great, and I think you guys are gonna really like it anyways, so you can't go wrong if you were thinking to buy it. I think it's still definitely worth it. You'll be happy with it. But if you're wanting something that is like a very close dupe to Charlotte Tilbury, I think this one is not it. So do what you want with that information, but that's it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I did. So comment and let me know what you guys think. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know what other comparisons you want me to do, or just what other videos you want from me. Give this a big thumbs up, and please subscribe to the channel, but stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next one.